Trapmore Gang, another day, another death threat from a violent online gangster. Let's get into it. So, in case you didn't realise, I recently dropped my video, North London's Bloody Gang War. This documents the illustrious beef between the crew's OFB from the Broadwater Farm Estate and N9, better known as Edmonton, another North London crew that spawned drill legend Tion Wayne. I'm very proud of this video. It's the second time that I've actually gone on location and visited one of the hoods that I'm talking about. I also did this in my Gangs of London Moscow versus Zone 2 video, and it's lit. It's something I want to do more of. I'd love to go and pull up in Melvin Park, Young and Ace's old hood. I might have to roll with security if I go to some of those places, quite frankly, because I'm definitely scared of getting popped. Thing is though, people, some people weren't a fan of it. Some people weren't feeling it. To their credit, in the comments, some people are talking very positively. We've got E-Man here saying TLR must be triple OG, the way he's comfortably walking into hoods. You should do a whole London series, do a documentary for every side of London. That might be lit. I might have to do that. Not everyone though. Not everyone. There's actually a very famous troll in the UK drill community and the UK drill subreddit that goes by the name Lamps World Wood Green 22. Lamps, this guy Lamps, this is a dude that was a member of the Wood Green mob, one of the gangs that was involved in this story, who was unfortunately murdered, being shot in the head in a brazen attack in public. One of the craziest pieces of gang folklore in London history is Lamps being murdered in a drive-by shooting. Let's just have a little look at what his problem is. Let's have a little look at what some people have said. Cunchlaw Ross, that's a reference to Cunch or countryside, where, you know, young G's in the UK, you get sent from London out to countryside to go and slang for the gang. Cunchlaw Ross fucked this vid up big time. Why is it OFB versus N9 in the title when most of the points in the beef were scored by Wood Green or NPK, Northumberland Park Killers? Man is taking the piss. Now, this is something I want to address because originally when I dropped this video, I was going to call it North London's Bloody Gang War, and then brackets, I was going to call it OFB and NPK versus Wood Green and N9. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful. And also, let's be real, the majority of my audience is American. 75% of the people that watch this video are from America. They've never heard of Wood Green. They might never have heard of OFB or the Broadwater Farm Estate. They're just fans of me. They're fans of, you know, understanding the background behind different gangs all around the world. You know, a lot of people aren't going to be aware of who Wood Green or MPK or even OFB or N9 are, for that matter. The two faces that are in the thumbnail are the most famous rappers that are involved in this entire saga. On the left, it's Heady One from OFB, and on the right, it's Tion Wayne from the 9. And my interest in this entire beef, in this entire side of London, this entire saga, is rooted in the fact that I'm interested in the music of both of these artists. I wouldn't actually be aware of the beef had I not heard it referenced in you know, numerous songs. And also, for the record, even the video itself, there's large chapters where I just focus on the careers and the stories of these two rappers. It's very much grounded in music. You know, that's a big chapter of the video. There's some gang business, there's some gang business, gang business, gang business. But again, here we get to the end of the story and we're looking at Tion Wayne and Heady One both going #1 in the charts. Get out and get the best opportunity they possibly could to get out of this street situation, to get out of this tough background, provide for their families, become independent millionaires. And really, to me, that's the true story.
Thankfully, the likes of Tion Wayne and Heady One were able to get out of this difficult environment with #1 records to their names and millions of pounds in the bank.
I've gone to the place where Lamps was murdered, and yes, I didn't put his name or the name of his gang in the title of the video. I sound mad pretentious, but I just wanted to juxtapose that I went to the location where a guy lost his life at age 19. He was shot in the head in the middle of a busy entertainment complex, and I'm standing in that spot trying to contrast it by saying, here on the other side of that beef, we got two people that went #1. That's really what I wanted to get across with this. Let's go a little bit deeper into what these guys were saying, because they're not really trying to hear my explanation. Put some respect on Wood Green's name, you nitty bruv. That means like a fiend. A nitty's like a UK term for a fiend with a bunch of nits. N9 in the title. Most of the points were scored by the Woods. Don't show your face around Sandlings, I swear bruv, some patty. Now the Sandlings estate, that's an estate over in Wood Green that I'm banned for. I can't go there anymore now. Apparently I can't show my face in the Sandlings estate. Thankfully though, some of the heroes, some of the legends of the streets stuck up for me in the UK drill comments. I got to shout out the gang. All of my trap disciples always appreciate that, jumping in the comments to stick up for your boy. How are people getting pressed about points scored? It's embarrassing. I don't know why you lot care when fuck all of you are involved. Probably use that title for views, not accuracy. Shake my head. Like I say, 75% of the audience is American, so chances are they're probably not going to know about OFB. Yeah, like I'm looking for views. I'm trying to make the title so that the most people as possible can relate. Wood Green isn't an area that's world renowned. You know, I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just just saying it is what it is. Facts. I've been saying this. Just enjoy the music. The streets have nothing to do with most of us. That's funny. That's an interesting quote. It sounds almost very familiar.
So if there's one takeaway I want to give you from this video, is that you shouldn't convince yourself that you're a fan of the streets or the drills or the gangs, but really just be a fan of the music and let people get on with their lives.
He put OFB versus N9 because they're more well known. He should have added MPK and Wood Green to the title. I did consider it, but it just didn't seem right, and it just seemed the title with these gangs, it starts looking like an algebraic equation. If I've got OFB x NPK v N9 x 3 times 3 XWG22. People are going to be looking at this like they're going to need a scientific calculator to work out what the video is fucking about. You're going to need cos, sin, and tan to work out what even is contained within this video. You know what I mean? You got to see where I'm coming from on this one. I'm not even being biased, bruv. I just want the vid to be accurate. The video, I would say the video was very accurate. Perhaps the title just didn't include the name you wanted. Lampsworld chimes in once again, saying he's pissing me off bare. Not going to lie, there's pics of him throwing up the O on farm like he's involved, and then he drops this mad biased vid. If I saw him, I would not be happy. I'm banned from the block, I'm banned from the Sandlings, and apparently if he sees me, he ain't gonna be happy. Apparently it's TLRK, I'm scared. This reply is excellent. He says, you're pressed because somebody is acting like they're involved in a gang beef. Does that not remind you of yourself? I mean, this guy's internet, he's Reddit gangbanging right now, okay? He's banging on Reddit hard. This guy says, imagine complaining about what points were scored by who. I'm just trying to tell the story of the music and the news articles where shit went down and made it to the news. Drop me out of the point scoring, the speculation, this person got this person down. I'm not with it. Here's how you know this guy's a Reddit gangbanger, right? Because this one dude jumps in, he chimes in and says, can you shut the fuck up please for once? And Lampsworld Wood Green 22 jumps in and says, oh what G, what are you gonna do if I don't? He is Reddit gangbanging, he is Reddit gun slanging. This is a reasonable comment though. This one he says, I'm not gonna lie, there was mad shit he missed out on. Didn't talk about none of the Wood Green olders like Steeler, G-Mads, etc. He didn't even mention Poppy, the NPK boss, getting yinged. There's a lot that he missed out, but it was overall a good video. Now, I want to address that as well, because there was a lot of stuff, especially in the older era of this beef, that I didn't want to touch on. I don't want to touch on a gang boss getting yinged. I don't want to touch, drop me out of that, okay? It's just not even worth getting into, and there's certain things that as well that I don't think the fans or a casual viewer from America that wants to understand the beef enough so that they can listen to the music and know what's being spoken about, if certain things aren't that important. I could keep going for another month doing research, finding out who did what to who. It could be a whole 10-part Netflix miniseries. This guy, I rate this one. Let's forget how much of a culture vulture he is for a second. How can we take this video as unbiased when he's seen as accepted by OFB and coddled by them? For those interviews, he must have offered something in return. I did 2 interviews, right? And I'll be honest, right? It is a straight up coincidence. I said to Adam22, I said, let me do some UK interviews for No Jumper. Let's hook it up. I actually really wanted to interview Tion Wayne as well. We kind of had a line on it for a bit, but it didn't end up happening. I was actually supposed to interview Dappy, but he cancelled on me because apparently he didn't like his haircut 10 minutes after I arrived for the interview. But that's a whole other story. You want to talk about Dappy. And then I ended up getting the Band OK interview, and I actually said to Casper, he'll vouch for this, can we at least get me an interview with a rapper that isn't from the Broadwater Farm Estate? I don't want people to start thinking I'm involved. I wasn't even thinking. They tell me throw up the O, throw up the F. A1 from the 9 saying he's gonna shoot me. I'm stressing. You know, I don't want to say, oh, I want to go and interview gangsters from Wood Green. I just want to interview rappers and learn about their careers. I didn't ask them about street shit. I didn't say, oh, is it true that this guy got yinged down by this guy? No, like, I don't want to ask people about beef. How is some wet you like RV getting bare mentions, but Steeler ain't getting mentioned in a video about the street beef? Do you want to know the answer that RV got mentioned? Music. I like RV's music. His Savage EP is fire. I like Tion's music. I like Turner's music. I really rate a lot of the tracks Turner's got. They want to talk about RV defo paid him. Bro, do you know how many times I've DM'd RV to get interview? Curved every time, bro. I rate RV, he's my favorite. I rate this. Z1 Hit Squad says because he likes RV's music. That's fact. I rate RV's music, bro. You know, call me biased, but like the charts aren't biased. The music that makes it to the charts, the music that does well, becomes popular, makes money, gets to the media, like that's how I become aware of it. Just is what it is, man, like, you know what I mean? But here we go, it is the big finale. What happens if you see him, G? Can't even say G, because I got banned for 3 days recently. I know there's ops waiting for me to slip up so they can get me banned. Let's just say I wouldn't be inviting man out for a coffee or something. Not gonna get an Americano that I wanted. Lampsworld WG22. Why? Why would you do me like this? Apparently, I'm not even going to get a coffee if I bump into man. It's peak. Lampsworld WG22. He's a prolific troll on the UK drill subreddit. I enjoy reading the comments, keeping up with what's going on in the community there. I know that somebody that I believe is an admin from there reached out to me and said shout him out. So shout out the Reddit UK drill community. I can't go Wood Green anymore, man. It's over. I can't go Hollywood Bowl, man. I was trying to go and watch a film in the View. But I can't go unbanned. It is what it is, gang. Go over and make sure that you subscribe to my 3rd channel, Trap Live Raw, yes, because I am streaming again on Twitch. I'm on my King Academic shit, bro. I'm streaming, I'm twitching. It's gonna be lit. So twitch.tv/TraplawRoss if you want to catch me live. If you want to catch the recordings of my lives, it's lit. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you to the patrons for supporting, and we out.